for this month. Really just connecting you with your pelvis and your rib cage, because those are two really, really crucial parts to feeling stronger in your core. We'll also incorporate some upper body training, and you can't pull your core in without your legs, so we'll be a little bit of legs in there as well. We're going to start out with some squats, and I'm just going to start at the beginning. I'm going to demonstrate some squats to you and get you to practice them without any weights to start. So when you squat, you want to keep your breastbone up. Most people, when they go to squat, they get their butt up, and immediately their breastbone starts to fall forward, and they look like one of those birds on your front lawn. You want to try to just sink your tailbone, not back, just down in between your heels. Push up from your heels, so pull all your body weight back to your heels. Come down, pull back to your heels, lift your toes, and then push your heels through the floor. Come up nice and strong through your legs, through your pelvis, through your core, your bum tucks under. So I get the arms going to connect my rib cage, pull back to your heels. That's the hard part. Don't let yourself fall forward on your toes. Fix it at the bottom and try 10 good ones. Deep breath in and push up. Back to the heels, push the heels through the floor. When you come up, don't lock your knees. Stay in your muscles, stay in your quads. Butt down, chest up. Stretch up through your rib cage. Start to connect with your core through your ribs. Just a couple more. Deep breath in on the way down. Exhale on exertion on the way up. Last one. So when you're practicing squats, keep the chest up, bum down but not too far back. Practice pulling back on your heels. Don't elevate the shoulders. Stretch out through your rib cage and then come up from there, pushing the heels through the floor and the pelvis forward. So it's basic, but that's the first exercise. So we're going to try that exercise holding on to a couple of dumbbells, just resting them on your shoulders. And you'll feel your core start to kick in a whole lot more. So we're not holding them up here. They're just going to rest on your shoulders. Front end of the dumbbells tip up. And again, the reason we're doing this is to help you pull up through your ribs. So look up. Your feet are hip bone width apart. Just a natural stance, not too wide, not too narrow. Right underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in. At the bottom, pull your weight back to your heels. And then push up. Take a step at the bottom to pull back to the heels. Tighten up through your glutes. Tighten your bum. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then push up. There's a lot going on, so don't rush it. Come down, pull back, squeeze through the shoulder blades, and then push up. I don't think you can connect all those parts if you go too fast. Pull down, squeeze through the shoulder blades, tighten the abs, tighten the glutes. Try 6 more. There's 1. Deep breath in. 2. Pull back. 3. 4. 5. 6. You'll also feel your arms start to engage from holding your dumbbells there, so that's great. We're going to work through some lunges, and again, not to train your legs, although obviously they do, but to really start to get connected with your pelvis. So I just want you to start to imagine your hip bones and your tailbone. Those 3 pieces making a triangle. When you do a lunge, and again, I'm just going to go this way so that you can see what I'm doing here. Your feet are hip bone width apart, left to right, so don't be walking on a tightrope. Take a comfortable stride forward and back. Lift up through your back heel. So it's like you're wearing a high heel. Don't try to keep your back foot on the mat, your heel on the mat. Lift it up. I'm just going to walk over here so you can see that. Okay, so my back heel is up like I'm in a high heel. I'm going to take my hip bones and I'm rolling them forward. I'm not going to have them put back like that. I'm going to roll them forward. And I'm going to go straight down. I'm just going to drop straight down through my tailbone. Hip bones roll forward. tighten everything, engage everything. My weight is on my front heel, not forward on the knee, so pull it back. And as you push up from your front heel, try to lift your toes if you can, even if you're balancing on something, and squeeze both legs. Shoulders back, straight down. Roll the tailbone, keep it forward, straight up. Push from the front heel, squeeze both legs. Straight down, find the position you want, straight up. So again, at the bottom, pull back on the front heel. Don't let your knee be too far ahead. Engage and make sure your hip bones are forward. Tailbone's rolled forward, not back. That's a lazy pelvis. And squeeze through your shoulder blades. Go for 5 more. Last 4. If you've got the balance, lift the front toes. 3, squeeze both legs. 2, front leg squeezes up, back leg squeezes back. 1 more, up and back. So the other side, when I set it up, hip bone width apart. So my front foot is in front of my front hip bone. My right hip bone, my other foot is back behind my left hip bone, not on a tightrope. I take a comfortable stride back and I lift my back heel like I'm just the ball of my foot back there, like I'm wearing a high heel. From there, pretend there's a glass wall in front of your front knee. All you can do is go straight down beside that wall. You can't go forward. Now roll your tailbone forward when you're at the bottom. Squeeze your shoulder blades and then push up. Take a nice deep breath and then push up. If you've got the balance, you can do a couple more things. You can make sure your front toes are lifted, push only from your heel, squeeze both legs like a scissor at the top, and then squeeze your arms down and start to engage your triceps. Let's try 6. Last 5. Don't lock the elbows, just squeeze. 4 more. Squeeze down. Last 3. And squeeze. 2 more. And squeeze. Last 1. So these first couple of exercises are basically no weights, just your body weight. And starting to really connect your mind to your muscles. Like I said, core means strengthening up through your lower back. It means finding a connection with your pelvis and what that is and where that is. It means learning to engage your glutes. And it also means to learn what your accordion is through your abs and your rib cage and learning to work with that. Instead of this torso being like this box that you never think about and you operate in life just with your arms and legs. Your strength and your power comes from your core. Okay, push-ups, okay? We're gonna take it onto the mat. When you come down to do a push-up, bring your wrists right in line with your armpits. Look for a nice right angle when you come down to the mat, a nice right angle in your arm, not too narrow, not too wide, just a nice right angle, okay? So, what I do is I come right down on the mat first, all the way down to my tummy. And then I pull my shoulder girdle back and down, I push my chest out, and I place my wrists just on the edge, the very edge of the yoga mat. Okay? Thumbs in line, wrists in line with the armpits, and then I roll it up from there. As I roll up, I want to keep my bum forward and make a plank. So this is not a good push-up, especially when we're core training. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is make sure your fingertips are turned out slightly, easier on your wrists. Take a nice deep breath. Roll your hip bones forward, roll your tailbone forward, engage your glutes and your abs. Take a deep breath in and expand your rib cage. Don't hunch up, keep your shoulder girdle pulled back and down, and then push back up again. On the exhale, don't lock your elbows. Inhale, shoulders back and down, really slow. Inhale the whole way down. Keep your abs and glutes tight. Exhale and push up. When you master it from your knees in that form, and only then are you going to your toes. Inhale, expand the chest, expand the rib cage, shoulders back and down, none of this. Good. Deep breath in. If you want to try a couple with your toes wide, feet wide, up on your toes, inhale, expand, bring your bum with you, exhale and push up, don't lock out. 3 more, inhale, expand, 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 exhale and push up. Last 2, tight abs, tight glutes, and push up. 1 more, lead with the breastbone. Inhale the whole way down, and exhale, push up. Awesome. Come back into a little child's pose. Stretch out. Make sure your lower back's okay. Lots going on with those push-ups. If you're only feeling it in your arms and your shoulders, you've got to work on your arm and your hand placement. So be picky. We're working through your chest. So shoulders back and down, elbows out to the sides. Wrists and thumbs in line with your armpits, not too narrow. Most women set a push-up up right like this with a really pathetic angle. We need to pull everything apart. Feel really stretched through your shoulder girdle and then go for it. Keep your hips forward, keep your abs tight, and we'll go from there. We'll try one more set in a second. We're going to just work on another set of squats, and this time add a bicep curl. So, we know with our squats, and again, I'll just turn this way so you can see my form, that we're going to keep the chest up, the bum down, start with the weight equally distributed through both feet, just exactly hip bone width apart. I'm going to ask you to bring your arms into a curl about shoulder height, just a little higher than your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and use that curl to counterbalance a good squat. Pull your weight back to your heels, chest up, squeeze through the shoulder blades, and then come down. As you come down, your pelvis comes forward and you squeeze your legs. Now, don't lock your knees. Always stay in your muscles. Deep breath in. Squeeze the shoulder blades, weight back on the heels. Pull up your toes. Exhale, pelvis forward. Pelvis forward hard. Connect with your glutes. Connect with your abs. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 8. Shoulders back and down. 7. Abs are strong. Weight on the heels and push through. Push through the floor. 6. Last 5. 4 more. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Last 3. Don't curl too close or you're going to screw up your balance. Keep it a little bit apart. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Okay, so again, those are things you can play with. Couple things to remember. Don't curl too close to you. You want to be able to counterbalance. Keep the breastbone up. Don't be curling like this. Pull your weight back to your heels. When you come up, everything comes back together. Everything pulls apart. Everything goes back together. Okay, we're going to try one more set of push-ups, and then we're going to do a front raise. If your legs are starting to get tired, you can just do the front raise with just a little semi-squat. We'll show you that. Okay, one more set of push-ups. Let's practice what we've been doing. We're going to start right down on the mat. Chest out, shoulders back and down. Take your thumbs parallel to your armpits, wide on the mat, as wide as you can. And then roll up from there. Okay. On the way down, take a nice deep breath in. Pull your shoulder girdle back and down. Lead with your breastbone. Expand your chest and rib cage. Exhale and push up. Inhale on the way down. Tighten your abs, tighten your glutes. Exhale and push up. Don't lock your elbows. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Practice little movements like pulling your shoulder girdle just a little bit down towards the back of your waistband. 3 more. Last 2. 1 more. Child's pose. We're going back again to one more set of squats. We're just going to make these little semi-squats. Just one dumbbell. Your feet can be a tiny bit closer together if you want. They don't have to be. And you're just practicing lifting from the front of your shoulders by keeping your breastbone up, then lifting with your traps and making it look ugly. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, stretch out through your rib cage, lift from your ribs, keep your breastbone up, bum down, just a little squat, and then everything squeezes together. So imagine your ribs pulling apart to lift up from your rib cage, lift from your ribs, bum down, chest up, and then down. Deep breath in, like you're lifting a nice bowl of fruit or water. Chest up, bum down, and back. You should feel your core stretching apart through your accordion, and then squeezing back together as your pelvis comes forward and your ribs come down. Pull apart, hips back, weight on the heels, and together, squeeze. 4 more. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Last 3. 2 more. Last one. Deep breath in, chest up. Watch your traps. Keep your shoulders pulled down. So I hope you can start to feel that one. Again, your accordion runs this way. We're going to pull it apart as we lift up, 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 up. Squeeze it back together as your pelvis comes forward. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of lower back work and connecting with your glutes. I'm going to ask you to come onto your mat into a downward dog position. So your pinkies are on the edges of your mat. Your feet aren't too far apart. Hip bone width apart or so. And you're going to just suction cup your hands. Push your armpits. Try to get them as close to your toes as possible. And your heels are almost down on the mat, but not quite. So from that position, you're going to pull back. Get your weight equally distributed between your hands and your feet. Take a deep breath in. Bring your knee towards your chest. Exhale and push it straight out. Not up, just out. Deep breath in. These are little glute kicks. Flex your heel and push out. Shoulders back and down. Watch that your shoulders aren't up around your ears. Let's go for 5. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last one. Now, specifically for your low back, you're going to finish with 10 little raises, squeezing straight up. Keep your foot flexed. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. So these are kind of just a variation of some of the same muscles you'd be working if you were doing some, say, Superman exercises on your mat. We're combining it with a little bit of upper body strength because obviously you're holding yourself up from your arms, your shoulders, a little bit through your legs. Let's take it on the other side. So equal weight between your hands and your feet. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, chest to knee, and then exhale straight out with your hip. Right in line with your hip bone, not up, just out. Foot is flexed. Squeeze through your glute and the back of your leg. Lower back is supporting this movement. So we're training those stabilizing muscles. Deep breath in and back. Deep breath in and back. Let's go for 5. 4. Keep your shoulders down. 3. 2. Last one. And little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Awesome. This time around, I'm going to ask you to come right down on the mat and do a spinal twist. So you're on your back. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. You're going to take one knee up and over. Let's just make sure that low back is feeling okay. All the way over as far as you can. Keeping your shoulder of your extended arm on the other side down on the mat, palm up. It's a nice stretch through your shoulders and chest as well as through your back and your hip, your external hip rotators. Take it up and over to the other side. One leg's long, one leg comes over. And again, we're going to extend that opposite arm all the way out from your shoulder, palm up, shoulder back, and you can look over the extended arm. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, the last one we're going to work on for now is going to be an accordion. This is an ab exercise that we'll work on down on the mat, and basically we're going to practice stretching out and squeezing in through an accordion. So when you do any mat work for your abs, you always want to start with heels down, toes up. If you do any mat work for abs, keep your heels down and your toes up, and that keeps your pelvis tipped upwards, which is what you want. An accordion happens like this. We're going to just pretend you're reaching something over your head, pull your lower back down, keep your arms and your legs in the same position. Okay, so we're just going to squeeze everything together. I'm not pulling and moving my arms and legs. I'm going to lower it back apart, lower back down, squeeze everything together and apart. In whatever position your arms and legs start, like you're sitting in a big chair, that's where they stay. We're going to pull in from your abs, exhaling, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, and back. Only to the position you can keep your lower back down. Don't try to go too far right off the bat. Inhale, squeeze through the abs. Exhale, lightly put them back down. Now inhale again, don't rest too long. Remember that your neck and head don't lead the exercise. They follow up as everything else pulls up. Don't find yourself pulling your body weight up with your neck or your head. It can only follow. And if you're fighting that, then leave it down. Because you can do this one and get a really good workout. Feet are flexed, keeping your head and neck down. Squeeze together. Feel your abs pull apart, pull apart, pull apart, lower back down, and then squeeze together. Hip bones to rib cage to hip bones. We're going to try 4 more. Deep breath in. And squeeze tight. Last 3. Deep breath in, lower back down, and squeeze tight. 2 more. Deep breath in, lower back down. And last one. Awesome. Good job. Okay, so we can just stretch that out, fingertips to tiptoes. There is a hip stretch that you should be doing pretty much every day. It works best if your hips are tight after a nice bath or a hot shower. But you come right up against a wall at a 90-degree angle. You put your foot up against the wall, as tight to the wall as you can. But you don't want to have your tailbone or your bum lift up. So you're going to press your lower back down with this leg pressed against the wall. Open up through this hip, this knee. Keep your lower back pressed down. And just sit there for a few minutes and just let it stretch out. Keep playing with the position of your hip. Keep pressing your lower back down as hard as you can. Use the wall for a little bit of leverage to get a really grounded stretch. Works really well if you're doing a lot of leg work, a lot of hiking, trekking, riding. So just want to make sure that your hips can keep up with all of your activity. So that is it for this initial core upper body strengthening workout. Look forward to hearing what you think and to talking to you soon. It's Charlene Sinjenko, PowHERhouse.com.